And let's bend both knees. And again, you can have I think I'll get my blanket for my head. Take the shoulder that's on the floor, take that arm out in front of you. The other arm, reach, pat your hands together. Good. And we're going to do a little shoulder work. So inhaling and exhale. A little bit of a twist. Take your arm behind you. And inhale, coming back up and over. So inhale up, exhale back behind you. Inhale up, exhale down. Or if it feels better to make it just like an inhale coming all the way up and an exhale coming over. So it just depends on like the capacity that your lungs feel right now and what will have the movement feel really good. So just a little bit more shoulder work. And then if you want, you can make this a little more intense if your shoulder feels okay. You can inhale your arm up overhead. You can rotate it around and down and across. So if your shoulder is okay, and if this movement isn't irritating it, then that can be the movement. If not, just stay with this. So there's no better way. It's just the way to give your shoulders some lubrication and enjoy a little bit of a gentle twist. And one last time. Good. And just take a moment, pause, let your shoulders soften and relax. And then let's switch sides. So you have a choice. You can just flip over. I don't mind seeing your backside. Or if you want to turn around completely, you can. Take your delicious pillow with you. And coming down, we're gonna take, is this right? Yeah, this is right. Okay. Opposite leg comes out. Take the other knee. And again, this side might even be different. So decide if it feels better to take your heel to, kind of keep the leg on the floor. So the other thing is try not to roll forward. So keeping your hips stacked as much as possible and this leg coming as much as possible, making an L shape. So coming right directly off of your hip joint. And then the bottom leg, you can just draw the heel in towards your sit bone, or you can press your foot into your hand a little bit and take your knee back like towards the midline or behind you. So you might start with just bringing your heel towards your sit to your bottom until your quad feels like, oh, okay, feels good, lots of space, it's softened. Then you can press into your hand, move your knee back a little bit. So remember to breathe. This can be kind of an intense pose, so the breathing is really important. The smiling is really important. Listening to your body, really important. Couple more breaths. Good. Slowly release. Bend your knees. Stack them. Bottom arm is out in front of you. And other arm comes to clap your hands so that you're opening up your shoulder blades. So sliding that top hand out so it greets your other hand so that your shoulder blade is open. And then inhaling up and over and exhaling to close, or, inhaling to the top, exhaling to the back, inhaling to the top, exhaling down. So just find what works best for you as far as the rhythm goes and how your breath feels. Listening to your shoulder. And then if you do want to take the bigger rotation, then, you could incorporate that in. So listen to your shoulder. Don't overdo anything. Getting a little bit of a twist. And then when you're ready, just come back and let your shoulder relax. Enjoy just being in this restful pose. And let's take a strap and do a little bit of work to open our shoulders this morning. So have your strap handy. I'm not going to use it quite yet. So I'm just going to have it draped over my shoulders. First thing we're going to do is just take your arms out and then give yourself a big hug. I'm going to take my right arm over my left. I'm going to really reach back towards my shoulder blades. So I'm just going to walk my hands back, give myself a nice big hug to begin with. You might even bow your head a little bit to get a little deeper release. And then something a little bit different than eagle arms, traditional eagle arms. I'm just going to have you open your arms up and then just squeeze together. So instead of trying to wrap, which is how we normally do, palms together, what I'd like for you to do, this is a little more active, is to take your forearms towards each other, really pressing them towards each other, and feel your back body open. So we're spending so much time at the computer and fold it over that this should feel really good. Also, notice how you're standing. So legs are active. You want to keep this active legs. Notice if you're collapsing, bring yourself back forward. And notice if your ribs are popping out, bring your ribs back in, bring your core back in. Good. Release. Shake things out. Roll your shoulders. There's some crunching going on. I'm feeling some crunching. Good. And let's switch sides. So this time, left arm is on top, right arm is underneath. Get a big hug first. So really reach around, grab your shoulder blades behind you. Check your stance. So, feet hip distance apart, feet active. Nice. If you need to lift your toes, you can. You'll feel, if you lift your toes, you'll feel, see how my arch lifts up? So where this way it's just kind of collapsed and flat. So I can bring the energy in and increase the arch of your foot. So we just want to strengthen our feet and ankles. Good. And now, same thing. Open up and press. So press your forearms towards each other. Notice if you're collapsing, bending back, hug into the midline, active feet. Bring your rib cage in. Bring your core in. Shoulders are over your hips. Neck is over your ears, over your shoulder blades. Over your shoulders. Press, press, press. Good. And release. Let's roll things out a little bit. So take your shoulders up and back.